Okay. Wait, what again?
Say, my mommy teaches Zumba.
My mommy teaches Zumba.
Hey,
All
ingat kita iba.
right.
Okay. She's all shy.
I know,
This girl's
right?
not shy, but she got all shy when you said that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're with Chief Artisan Jillian Garza, who's a Zumba instructor. So, this time in this episode, we wanted to catch up with her to see what her schedule is like as a homeschool mom and also what kind of advice she would offer a younger Jillian as, a small business owner and also a mom. So, Jillian, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Yes, I am a homeschooling mother. Didn't think that I was capable of doing that, but jumped in head first. Um, but I have to say that just going through the years, I have been paid back dividends for the things that I have done for my kids. Watching them grow educationally has just been one of those things that you can't get paid for. You just have to really look at it and say, you know what, this has been partly my own um, doing, working with them and being able to see them read and accomplish things is just gratifying. There's nothing like it. So, yeah, just working with homeschoolers. It's
Now,
fun.
which program do you use?
I use the K-12 program.
Okay.
I'm not sure if everybody sees it on TV, but I know that there's a lot of times I see commercials, especially during, the dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and let's talk about some actual success that you've visually seen because a lot of people say cliches, oh, I just love staying home with the children and it's just a great, advantage for them. But you had some great news a couple years back with your oldest, let's talk about that.
Yeah, when he was in the second grade, one of his teachers had told me she wanted to put him in the ALP program, which at his school is the Advanced Learning Program. And so we looked into it. I wanted to see what it was. And at first, I thought he was going to do 3 grades in 1 year. I
Oh,
was so,
wow.
but it wasn't that. I was like, oh, he's so awesome. He's going to be like in 8th grade in 2 years. But no. Uh, and then I realized, oh, it's third, fourth, fifth graders are together, and the sixth, seventh, and eighth graders are together, and then they get to have somewhat of a mentor from the older kids that are in the classroom, and so they get to discuss things on a much higher level than they are at, but at the same time those discussions are still easy enough for a third grader and a fifth grader at their levels. So is Solly, my oldest one, he really, for at first it was a struggle when he got in. I'll have to admit he struggled a lot because he just didn't get acclimated to it right away. He didn't really fully understand. And then, the whole issue of I can't make friends was another issue. But now that he's in fifth grade, he's made friends. That's one thing. And the other thing is that now he's gotten over quite a few hurdles, and he's thriving in there a lot better. And this year, in fact, we did a history fair, and he really did good. The only thing I have to help him with is that he needs to learn time management. So,
Yeah, because one of the things I think in realizing, just talking between you and I, we're more visual learners. So a lot of the school system is not structured for that kind of a learning system. A lot of the homeschoolers have actually adopted a lot of the format, and I'm going to be going more into that, next season as far as giving assistance to, the homeschoolers. Is let's talk about how you learn, as a person, and then how you were able to let, your children learn.
Well, the way that I learn is always because in dance you have to watch somebody do a dance step and then you learn it. So that visual kind of learning, for me, it's like I gotta watch you do it, and you can talk to me all day long, but until I actually see it, then I understand it, and even more so. Somebody can audibly talk to me because you always listen to sermons and things like that. So you can hear what they're saying and put a picture to it. But then when they put the picture to it, it's like, oh, all the pieces fall into place. Now I understand exactly what you're saying. Because before, when you're audibly talking to me, I'm painting my own picture entirely, and I might get it just a little bit different from what they're saying and interpreting it a little bit different. With my kids, over the years, the school has been really great in giving us um, worksheets and showing us what kind of learner is your son or your daughter. There's the visual learner, there's the audible learner, there's the kinetic learner. And there's another type of learner, I forget what it was, but when I found out which ones my kids were, it made life so much easier. I mean, so much easier.
Yeah,
So,
let's talk. Can you give an example? Like, I love to give practical examples. Like, okay, once I found out, Solly was this kind of learner, as a result, I applied this technique and the light bulb went off.
yeah, Solly is definitely a reader. So he will learn through reading, and he can get it really fast. He memorizes things. So I realized that I don't necessarily have to give him a visual. He doesn't necessarily need all of that. He can hear it audibly and he'll get it right away. And but with my other son, Chase, he's a kinetic learner. He's got to feel it, touch it, smell it, taste it. I
Wow,
mean,
I love him. He's a little rambunctious, like powerhouse. I
yeah.
love him. He's always saying hello every time I call. So me with good manners, I'm like all over him, kisses and hugs.
Oh, I know. He's the one where we crack up laughing because even though we couldn't understand a word he was saying when he was little, he would come out with some of the craziest things and we would crack up out of nowhere. It's like ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, and I'm like, what are
Like,
you
it's the middle of July, bro. What are you doing?
exactly. And we're like, oh, or some of the words that he says. Like we were playing a game, and he wanted to win, so he says, "Got you all, you scallywags." And I'm like,
And you're like, where is your vocabulary coming from?
yes.
I look forward to talking more about, like, just how your children grow and develop, because children for me are like, not just new life, but they bring back a sense of like innocence,
Mhm.
and I'd love to know like how they deal with one another, because Solly, he's, you said the reader, once you tell him something, he's picking up and he's running with it. But Chase is like, no, I don't get it like that. But they can still learn the same concept, but just not necessarily at the same speed or the same time. So how has Trubella, because she's already talking,
Mhm.
usually what they say is the last ones or the later children learn from the older children and they progress a lot faster. Was that the
Oh
case
yeah,
with you?
definitely. She sometimes will get a concept before Chase will, and she'll say the answer way ahead before him, and he gets like, "You be quiet over there." So we laugh, but at the same time, I do believe that she catches on really fast. She's always caught on anyways in conversations. When we talk, she catches on, and so I don't think she's. I think she's going to be more like Saul, where she memorizes things.
Okay. And I don't want to leave Estrella out of this. What kind of learner is she?
Estrella is the type where she really she's a combination. She needs to hear it. She needs to see it. Um, And she also sometimes needs to be hands-on with it. So she is like a little bit of all three. It just depends on what the subject is. If the subject matter is something where it's like, you can't talk to me audibly on this one because I don't get it.
I love it. It shows me like she's definitely a designer in the making, because she's got to get the visual, she's got to touch it, feel it, so a lot of times children that are, how you say, multi capable like that definitely need to be in an arena where I design what I want to see, you know.
Yeah, she definitely is like that. I mean, even in her bedroom, she'll take something from little bits of piece of paper or something like that, and all of a sudden she's got a fake camera, and I'm like, okay, where did that come from? Or she picks up something like on Sunday she learned how to crochet. She picked it up like nothing, and I'm like, this girl is just really phenomenal with her hands.
Awesome. Awesome. I look forward to seeing what she creates. But before we go to break, what would you advise a younger Jillian, as a business owner, as a mom who homeschools, if you had to meet her at the door, at the time of her decisions, what would you say to say, go ahead with this? And you might want to change your mind on that so that younger moms would benefit from what you have to offer.
Yeah, when I first started with the Zumba, I think the one thing I could have told myself at the very beginning was to make sure that I advertise to the downtown area right away, and get that downtown area, um, just I forget the word, but just getting them to know your name, getting them to know that you're in the area, you're ready to open for business, for them to come and have the workout. And then I think a second thing that I would have told myself was that to practice with my friends before I started doing Zumba, like have friends come over and really do the workout with them and get that practice down before I
Get the
actually start.
choreography down. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because it really does help when your friends can tell you, you might want to work on this part of the choreography, or I couldn't follow you at this point, and they'll give you real good feedback.
Awesome. Now, why don't you let our listeners know where you're located currently? So when they hear this, if they want to go ahead and register for your class, where can they reach you and get in touch with what you're doing?
Okay, I am in the Fine Arts Building. That is at 410 Quiet Street. That's my little one in the background.
It's okay. We're used to it.
I'm at 410 South Michigan Avenue. I'm on the third floor at the American Rhythm Center in Studio A.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to part 2 of Chief Artisan Thursday. Jillian and I are going to be working on some more projects for TOC Town in our fitness center. So be sure to stay tuned. Check into our toctown.com website to see updates. We both have YouTube channels, so she's always letting us know how to keep fit and have fun at the same time. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you in 2015.